feet now.
Learn that on tour, like,
You got too much time on tour right now.
yeah. It's like you're sitting back of the band, like,
Yeah.
what do you do?
We do.
On the way to Mississippi or something, you know.
Yeah.
Google feet pics.
Where Lars is from.
All right,
Hey.
you fellas ready to knock into this thing?
Let's get
do
it.
Why don't
All right,
we?
everybody. Welcome back to the Jameson on the Rocks podcast. Today I have with me 3 members of the band Heffner. How you guys doing, man?
Good, man. How you doing?
Fantastic.
swell.
Thank y'all for coming in, man. I appreciate y'all.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
And
man.
I'm not mistaken, there's 1 or 2 more members?
Just
Yeah.
2 more,
There's
yeah.
2 more? Okay,
Yeah.
they couldn't make it in. Yeah, it's better with 3 anyways, though, because you guys each get to talk, and, nobody's talking over each other. I like that.
Right.
yeah.
But yeah, man, how long have you guys... Actually, before we do this, let me thank my show sponsor. We just got a show sponsor I'm pretty stoked about.
Hell yeah.
Today's show sponsor will be Clark's Collective. I don't know if you guys know Ripley over at Clark's. You guys know Rip by any chance?
Don't.
No.
Anyways, he's this nice guy. He's really trying to turn the place kind of upward into more of like a music place. They're starting to have bands. They're doing catering. They got events. You can book it out for events, that kind of stuff. They're doing $1.50 Michelob Ultras all summer long.
Love that.
I
All
like that.
summer long.
Oh, you know
Right.
what? I think we're doing a show at Clark.
We're playing Clark's. We can't say when, but
Oh,
we
it's a
will be
secret.
playing at
soon to
Clark's.
be announced.
Yeah, that worked out nicely.
Losing
then.
your voice?
Yeah.
Check.
It's karaoke last night.
Gotcha.
Karaoke, man. Well, yeah. Thanks to Clark's. Thanks for being the show sponsor. Let's knock in this, you guys. Tell me kind of how you guys got started going. I read the Instagram, or not the Instagram bio, the Spotify bio to give me a little context, But sounds like you guys have an interesting origin story.
Yeah, well, Reagan and I went to high school together,
Uh-huh.
and he was a couple grades below me. And then when we got to college, we ran into each other downtown, as you do.
As you do.
And said we should kick it, man. And so, yeah, we actually ended up living together the back half of college, and we had a terrible band before this one called El Anillo de Kim's Ring.
How do you
Which
spell
is-
that?
I didn't know that.
It's Anillo. It's
It's Spanish.
We were sitting
Okay.
at Tlaloc when Kim Kardashian got robbed in France,
Okay.
and they stole her ring, and they kept saying El Anillo de Kim, El Anillo de Kim.
Yeah.
Is
It's
that
like
how you pronounce Tlaloc?
Tlaloc.
Okay, I've always
Yeah.
wondered.
Anyways, that's how we landed on that, and then
Yeah.
that band diffused, and
As they do.
Yeah, we were trying to put together another one for some new songs ideas that we had going, and Lars and Will had recently moved here from Mississippi. They're twins. Lars and
Gotcha.
Will Heffner.
Yeah,
hence
with
the name.
1 F, right?
That's
with one
right.
F.
Okay.
And yeah, Reagan and I already worked in the same restaurant with McKendrick, who's our bass player, and so
Okay.
it was easy. We just,
It just happened, kind of.
it just happened, I
But
guess.
like almost all of you guys are from other bands, right? Like you already had something going on, and it was like, all right, let's throw this thing together that's a little different, maybe.
Yeah, definitely. It was
Uh-huh.
kind of like, how do we all? Yeah, just like we needed a home for some songs that
Yeah.
didn't belong in some of these other bands, and then
Gotcha.
everybody kind of wanted to get together and do something a little. Like I think Lars and Will were doing a lot more like art rock, punk rocks type stuff, and we were like,
Interesting.
let's do like a bit of a poppy thing.
Yeah,
Mhm.
kind of pop rock vibes. Sort of
Yeah,
thing,
yeah.
but not still. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to describe it. I was trying to decide the vibe that you guys were, but like, we'll get into that later. I jumped a few
Sure.
steps. I want to
That's
you
all right.
tell the camera you guys names, ages, and occupations in the band, and the 2 that aren't here. Tell them theirs too, so we can have context on all the names.
Okay. Well, I'm Taylor. I play guitar and I sing on a couple of them. And
Karaoke.
yeah, and definitely sing a bit of karaoke here and there.
Alright.
And I'm almost 27 years old. And Will Heffner plays drums, and he's not here. And McKendrick Bearden is 34. And
Is he 34?
yeah, I
I thought
think
he was
Oh,
like
I said-
30.
I thought it was like
I think he just
31.
turned 34.
He's
and
ageless. He could be like
Wow.
500.
yeah, he's
Or 12,
he's
or
in
12.
Europe right now with the Drive-By Truckers because he does a little bit of guitar for them.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
My name is Lars Heffner. I'm 26 and I play lead guitar for Heffner.
Awesome, man.
Very nice. I'm Reagan. I'm 25. I'm about to be 26, and I sing and play keys and guitar in Heffner.
Okay, awesome. That was a nice little breakdown. Love that there. So kind of like when you guys are coming together, I assume you guys, how did you all end up in Athens kind of is what I'm wondering. Like you guys were just around and you've been in bands here or went to school here or lived here, you know what I mean? Like how'd you guys get together?
Taylor and I went to school here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we're the only ones. Well, Will actually went to grad school here.
Okay.
And so Lars and Will's parents decided to move here from Mississippi in like
Gotcha.
2018.
Yeah.
No, it was like 2016.
Okay, and so
Okay.
that's how they both had finished college in Mississippi and just wanted to come kind of work on some tunes here and get involved in the scene. And
Well, we met David Barbie, I think, probably like a
legend.
year or two before we moved here through like mutual friends, and spent quite a bit of time with him, and then visited several times. And
Just like
decided,
recording or like hanging out or
just kind of hanging out.
Oh,
really.
word.
Yeah, I've since then like recorded at Chase Park.
Yeah.
Several times. It was
fantastic
we all
place.
have,
Mhm.
but yeah, it was just kind of a situation where he made it seem like this like grandiose place that was like, good for like playing music, which is what me and my brother wanted to do. So
Yeah.
and it
seemed
is.
like
I think it is. Yeah.
definitely. So
That's right.
Words.
that's why we came here.
What was it like? Like, I guess, what area of Mississippi were you from? I'm just curious on you now. You the brothers.
We're from Jackson.
Jackson,
which is
okay.
the capital. We spent a lot of time there and moved around a lot in between. But the music scene here, I think, is much better. Granted, like there's a lot of stuff in Mississippi historically that's very cool in terms of like hill country, like
Yeah.
R.L. Burnside and Junior Kimbrough and like all those guys. Two Mile
Cedric.
Ford, Cedric, so a lot of that stuff happening, but quite a different scene here
Gotcha. So something about Athens you guys wanted to come see, kind of.
for sure.
Interesting. So you guys all kind of start getting together and start like meeting each other. And like everybody's already in different bands, so you're looking for a home for songs, like you're saying, right? It's like, all right, we got other songs that don't fit into this group that I'm in now. Let's start something else. And like, is this you guys full time now, or like, is it still all the other bands happening?
This is pretty full time.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, we've all kind of all the noise has faded away slowly over time, and we're putting all our eggs in this one basket, for better or worse.
Love that, man. Well, that's awesome. How's that been for you guys so far? Has it been like immediately start making tunes and start touring? Like, what was the start like?
No, I mean, I think we always wanted to get a record done and put it out before we played too many shows.
Gotcha.
And so we did just that. And we haven't played out of town a ton.
Yeah.
Been to Florida once, Savannah a bunch of times, and Atlanta a bunch of times, and Nashville, and we're kind of trying to start booking some stuff
Yeah.
out of town.
Tour stuff.
Bit of a headache, but
Yeah, that for sure. A lot of emails.
I think it's
Yeah.
I think it's important, and we wanted to believe for a while that maybe it wasn't, but it definitely is.
Yeah, it's really easy to stay in Athens band, you know what I mean? And
It
you guys are
is.
considered an Athens band, right? 'Cause I've wondered for a minute if you guys were Atlanta based.
No,
Yeah,
no,
we're
no.
definitely
Definitely
Athens.
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 Yeah.
Love that, man. Well, awesome. That's very cool. And like, when you say you want to have a record out before you start playing, what's the reasoning behind that? It's just like, all right, we toured on and released songs before, or like you just wanted to have something to give first?
Well, it's really like I wanted to start this band so that Reagan could sing in it and I could control what it sounds like. So I wanted
Any
to
thoughts on that?
so I wanted to get in the studio
Yeah.
more than anything, really. So.
Yeah,
Interesting.
it definitely started that way. It's like Taylor was the lead songwriter. A lot of guitar heavy stuff that wasn't really fitting in with the band that we were in,
Which band? By the
which
way?
is Wanderwild.
Wanderwild. Okay.
Which is I love playing in that band. It's very filtered through Matt Martin, which is great. But
He's the
hearing-
Gift Horse guy, right?
Yeah,
Correct.
Mhm.
formerly of Gift Horse. Now he's up in Nashville doing his own thing.
Good for him.
But yeah, we had a lot of these like wacky songs that didn't really fit the brand of Wanderwild, and we
They
wanted-
just needed a home.
They
They
needed
found
a
a
home.
place for him.
Yeah.
yeah,
And I've been kind of confused. Like I haven't seen. I've seen Wanderwild. I think at the 40 Watt or something. But like the whole like lineups have been confusing me. Like is Tommy's not in Hefner, is he?
No,
Got
but
one?
he has filled in a few times
Few
for
times?
McKendrick.
Okay.
Yeah, 'cause-
Trebeskin likes to call it the dugout. All the dudes.
yeah, there's like Rowan O'Reilly and Gideon Johnson and
yeah.
Tommy Troutwine.
It's
They
a deep bench.
yeah, they exactly. They
Yeah,
get
y'all
called
got the
up from AAA when we need them, and
do
they're
a
all
great job.
amazing players. So
Yeah, that's awesome.
We're lucky to have them.
Quite the bench, man. I love that. I asked Drew. We were just chatting this week. He's like, "I heard you getting Heffner on the show." I was like, "Yeah, man. You got any questions for me?" He's like, "Nah, I know too much about those guys already."
Drew's like our mommy.
Yeah, he's 100% our mommy.
Gotta love him. But I guess what I'm asking is the lineup, other than that slot, doesn't really rotate, right? Like for the most part, are you bringing in most of the songs per se? I know you mentioned that you're writing them and.
No, I would say it's real 50-50 now between Reagan and I.
Yeah.
And we almost always like touch them in the rehearsal space before we make it into the studio, and that's where Lars gets to write a little guitar and Will puts his stamp on the drum kit. And
beautiful.
But Kendrick actually has a composition degree. So he's a big thinker.
By far the most talented musician.
Yeah, like
really?
just so talented. And really has no business being in our band, but
lucky to have him.
Oh my god, he's just such a weapon in the studio.
Yeah.
Interesting. So you guys are kind of like just like a super group of other bands, right? Like other bands didn't work, right? Not to like harp on that too much, but it seems like you guys are like key players from big bands started another band, right?
Well, I think it's like everything in Athens. Like other bands, the people in those other bands were also in other bands, and it's just like we kind of wanted to start someone we could get a little bit more serious about.
Gotcha.
and play the game a little bit and go through the motions in the way that we wanted to do it ourselves.
Right. But it's like that kind of community where like everybody's involved in something else, and it's really easy to come together and make something new happen that feels like organic.
It'd be almost weird if we weren't. Like, imagine somebody was just in one band. You know what I mean? That'd be kind of
it is kind of weird. And I mean, we're all like, we all play on so many people's records.
Five and down to like 4.
Whittle it down.
Exactly. Lars and Will, they're a package deal because they're twins and they're guitar and drums. But I mean, they were in like 10 bands at one time. Like when they first joined our band.
When we got them, they were in like maybe realistically 5
I
bands.
was joking, but I wasn't. I was like, I need to quit a couple of those bands.
Clear some time on the schedule, man. Was that tough being in that many bands? I mean, like, every Friday, Saturday, Thursday.
Yeah, man. I mean, it was like 5 or 6 days a week. It was hard to keep up, and most of all, remember parts. But we kind of got away with it for a while.
The amount of songs you had to know.
Yeah,
so many.
Yeah,
oh man, I can't imagine, dude. That's crazy. Well, good for you, dude. That's that work ethic. I love that. Love that. So when you guys I guess what I'm asking is next is like, where does what am I asking next? Where do you guys start playing when you do start the band? Like any venues in particular stick out at the start, first shows, that kind of stuff?
Oh yeah,
we loved Caledonia.
Yeah, Caledonia Lounge.
Gone but not forgotten.
Yeah,
was just such a good venue in every way, and we miss it.
Shouts out Bryant.
Shouts out to Bryant.
Yeah, greatly missed.
Yeah, big time. Our very first show was at World Famous.
Oh really?
Yeah,
that's right.
And
Camp Howard.
It was, I remember it as a disaster, but I think the people that were there had fun at least. And
I actually cut a chunk of my finger out on a guitar string.
Yeah.
On his,
all over my
bled
Les
out.
Paul.
Lars looked.
Lars bled out.
Lars was looking over at me with like puppy dog eyes. He was like, I don't think I can play anymore. And I was like, I think you can.
It was grotesque, but we pulled it off. We've come a long way.
Love that. And I guess I know you said the goal is getting the songs out, but like as for the live show, what was the goal? Was it like a ton of energy, or like get people to sing them back, or a little bit of both, a little bit of everything? Like
a little bit of everything. That's actually a great question. We haven't been asked that before.
Thank you, man.
The live shows, I think a lot of it for me is just like do the recordings justice.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
It'd be fun to watch.
Yeah, fun to watch. But and both of those things have changed over time. Like I think being fun to watch is just like the more we rehearse and the more shows we're playing and the busier we are, like we all feel better up there, and it's easier to not have to think. Yeah, it gets smoother, and you don't have to. You can just enjoy whatever's happening in the room more than like kind of staring down at your strings and being like, oh shit.
I think that's important. Something to be said about that,
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
Like you play a new song, you got to put a little more thought into it usually.
Yeah,
There's
definitely.
Something that's on autopilot.
Yeah, and we also like at first we were really dead set on like we got to figure out how to play these songs exactly like we recorded them. But now I think like doing them justice is more like how do we figure out how to do this live so it has the biggest impact live, even if we're having to totally abandon what we recorded. Like something that works on a recording doesn't always like
translate.
Translate.
Yeah. And that's amazing, isn't it? It's kind of strange, just like like the studio and the live are a different thing.
They're such a different thing.
And once you start learning that, the shows get better, right?
Yeah,
and the studio gets better
for sure. You learn how to separate them and treat each other or treat each of them as their own, arena to be.
Yeah, yeah. And they kind of like they start going into the recordings a little bit. It's like, hey, maybe that'll work better live or something, you
Right.
know, or vice versa.
True.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Interesting.
I was watching the Billie Eilish, David Letterman thing on Netflix today, and
It's on Netflix. I haven't seen
yeah,
it.
it's great. He's just interviewing her.
My
It's
next
really cool.
guest, is that what you're talking
Yeah.
about?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, like the one-on-ones kind of thing.
Yeah, but she
Yeah.
was talking about how when she was little, she'd go to shows and she hated when it didn't sound like the recordings. And then now that she's a performer,
She gets it.
she's like, I hate playing it the same way every night. Like we
Yeah,
change it,
yeah.
we change it every tour, you know. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, yeah, I
It's super interesting.
I felt the same way as a kid. I'm like,
Yeah.
bands, they suck live.
Yeah,
Love
yeah.
to say that. Love to just shit
Love
on
to
these.
say that. An
Shit on
arena
these
artist.
people that
Professional
literally have
musician.
made a career out of
Yeah.
music,
Yeah.
like done way more shit than we could dream to. I'm
Yeah.
like, they suck live.
It kind of like doesn't make sense when you're a kid too. It's like why don't they just do it exactly like the record? You know, like why doesn't it sound exactly like
Yeah.
it? You know,
Right.
but then you try to do that. It's like I don't know if I want it to every night for the next
Right.
Yeah,
4
you
years.
know?
You know.
Yeah.
It's like because
It's boring when you know exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah, yeah. Some of my
Yeah.
favorite live recordings and stuff are like when it's not, you know, like when they
Yeah.
really take something that's like iconic and turn it into something else really cool.
yeah, like we just went and saw Porches in Atlanta. And it
Oh
was
how
my
was that?
God, that show was a
absolutely
revelation.
one of the best shows we've ever seen.
Really? What venue?
So amazing. They played
Terminal
at Terminal
West.
West.
Yeah.
Mm.
And
I've
what
never been
came
over
out of the PA was just alien, dude. It was like,
So
holy
sick.
shit. I've
Yeah.
never been at a more powerful show. So loud,
Yeah.
so good. And it did not sound that much like the record at all. It was like a rock
Right.
band trio thing.
Yeah.
And the record is like
Interesting.
so like
Produced.
synths and drum machines. And
That stuff's so interesting, man.
it was so
it was
cool.
amazing.
But like they almost got better live somehow. It was crazy.
Right.
transcended.
yeah,
That's
Yeah,
interesting. Though, like
honestly.
I leave shows and I'm like, dude, how the fuck do people come up with these arrangements that are so great? You know, like
yeah.
I saw the Foo Fighters and like they were like rearranging shit. I was like, dude,
Yeah,
that's fucking
totally.
genius.
Rest
you know
in
what I mean?
peace,
Like,
Taylor Hawkins.
Rest in
Yeah,
peace.
big
Rest in
time.
peace. I
Exactly.
saw him at Shaky Knees. I'm glad I went. You know?
Wow,
That was the
yeah.
last one. Yeah.
Good.
I think
we'll
just
see.
time and energy and
Yeah.
so much, practice.
Thought.
At the same
A lot of
time,
thought.
though,
Yeah.
back on what we said earlier, though, it kind of takes it, at least for the first couple times you do it, it takes you out of that autopilot. Because, like,
Yeah.
say you guys did your main song the same way for a year, and then you change the arrangement, you're not in that zone as easily anymore,
Right.
differently. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, no, and you got to have some balance. Like keep each other on our toes, but
Yeah.
not go off script too much. I won't
Yeah.
name any names right now. Yeah, keep everybody glued together.
Love it.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely there's something to be said for locking in and being so rehearsed that you're not worried about what's happening, but
Yeah.
to reimagine and to come out of that comfort zone in a live setting is also very fun. It's
Very,
like
very fun.
It's like the point of the whole thing for me.
Yeah. I love that, dude. I love that. And when you guys, how would you describe your live show to somebody that's never seen you? Like if you had a brief description on it.
I would say that it's fun. I would say that it could come unhinged. It could not.
Most definitely.
And
There's always like a 20% chance of a very chaotic.
Yeah.
yeah,
Interesting.
I read the Replacements book last year, and everybody that has ever seen the Replacements said that they could be the best band you've ever seen or the worst band you've ever seen on any night. And I don't think that's. I think that's halfway true for
Yeah,
us. I think
yeah.
we could be in the top 10 best shows you've ever seen,
Or like
Or-
in the bottom
or
30.
like in the bottom 3. But it just kind of depends on the mood, and it depends
Yeah.
on how much Lars and I had to drink beforehand.
Yeah,
and
it's a big factor, which also, I mean, it bears mention, like with the Replacements, that was a big factor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Definitely a considering note on them.
Yeah,
Yeah, we've
kinda-
cut- yeah, we
we're
cut
easing
back on
we're easing
that.
Yeah.
down, yeah.
Uh-huh.
We're
Yeah.
being responsible.
pretty
at this
hard
point.
rules about that now. Internal dialogue we had to have.
We only party after.
We had a
I love
have a
that.
heart-to-heart, yeah.
Depends on how big that tab they're giving you is, man. You know what I mean?
True.
That's the problem.
Is it the
sometimes.
two
We have a-
PBRs at Flickr, or is it the have whatever
Right,
y'all want?
exactly.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Exactly.
We have a strict bring your first beer.
Bring your first beer on stage.
Ooh, that's a good rule.
After the
Okay.
show, get as fucked up as you want.
Yeah,
It's fun.
yeah. The job's done.
Yeah, job's
Job's
done.
done.
We
Yeah.
celebrate a little bit.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we just. I mean, that we write is like we're not good enough musicians to play it drunk.
Okay.
Pretty
It's
harsh.
Yeah, it's
Well,
tough.
it's also the kind of thing
Technical
where,
kind of stuff, or
Yeah,
Not
it can
re-
be.
I mean, it can be. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm a way better bass player than I am guitar player, and I play guitar in this
Same.
band. So I
Okay.
really,
Wait, what?
yeah, we both. And McKendrick's a better guitar player than he is a
I
bass
know.
player, but he plays bass.
we both, me and Taylor both started out playing bass. I made the switch when I was like probably 16 or 17.
Yeah, same.
Gotcha.
I would say, but yeah, McKendrick, very accomplished guitar player.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, like I
it's
still
kind of
get
a weird
nervous
switch up.
for
You get
shows
nervous?
because
Really?
I got to play guitar, dude.
What?
Guitar's hard.
It's a little different, I suppose.
Yeah, it is.
I like the one beer to a stage rule. That's funny. I never heard that. Or
Yeah,
first
you,
beer to
Yeah,
the
you bring your
stage.
first
Yeah.
one on stage. You can bring two up there if you
Yeah,
want, but
yeah.
Right.
Preferably just
it's
the
just
first
kind of
one.
like
Pop that tab
Enough
as you're
shows that
walking
don't go
up.
the way that you want them
like
to,
you
make
know
it
you've
that
played
way,
out of town and
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It's like you're in
Yeah.
an unfamiliar place. You pull in at 5 p.m. and you don't play till 11, and
Yeah. It's like,
and the venue owner's just planting Budweisers in your hand. You're
Right.
like, yeah, sure.
Oops,
I mean,
you've had 6 beers before
I guess,
you play.
yeah.
a lot of time to kill out there that people don't
Yeah,
understand. It
right.
gets a lot easier to get free drinks when you're in a band, I think, too. So it's like
Yeah.
you got a lot of
Yeah.
things working against you there. But
It's
I
also
love it.
very easy to like, if you're uncomfortable, just I'm gonna have a beer.
Yeah,
just
just
a little something to
loosen up a
loosen
little
up.
bit.
Yeah, totally. Well,
Makes you a
when,
little more confident, I think, too. In the long run.
Yeah,
I
it
think so.
can.
There's
to
a
an
bell
extent.
curve to it. For
There's
sure.
a bell curve for sure.
Well, when you guys say your shows get chaotic, what do you mean? Like going off the rails is in like just playing shit, or like just
Well.
like energy?
Not energy. I mean, it
Energy,
won't be.
yeah.
We're not gonna like. You can't holler Freebird at us. So
Yeah.
we're not gonna break out in. Well, I did break out into a moment of it at the
For
theater
the
the
future
other day.
birds, yeah.
Like 7 seconds, yeah.
But I mean,
It's more
That's
so
enough.
like there's a chance that Taylor and I will end up rolling around on the floor.
it's not like if we
Okay.
catch a good vibe. It's like if we're playing well and we're amusing each other, then anything goes, and we
Mhm.
we can have some fun. And
Yeah.
then if we're not playing so well, and the blame is coming down on one person, and it's not all that useful. But
Yeah, I get what you mean.
I mean, even we could play really well, and I could think that I fucked up in the first song, and I
Yeah.
could just be like, I hate this. I hate
Right.
music. It sucks.
Yeah.
Like,
That is something that I've noticed myself get better about recently. Is
yeah,
like
same. Nobody
playing
can
a show.
tell.
Being forgiving.
and like forgiving of myself and my bandmates.
Yeah.
Because I used to like after every show, it doesn't matter how well we played or how poorly we played, I would be like so fucking pissed for 15 minutes after
Really?
the show.
Why is that?
Just because I am not
I think that Reagan and I like always strive for perfection.
literal perfection, which is
Yeah.
not a good thing.
And in
To an extent, right?
the other band that we play in, it is
That's
really
the
good
standard.
players, and it's
Uh-huh.
there's a click in our ears, and the standard is like you
You miss
play it
0
on it.
notes.
Yeah, you're on it.
Interesting.
Which I mean, I love, and I love seeing bands that play that way too. And then
Yeah.
you love seeing bands that can.
So is
Let
it
it go off the
frustrating to be
rails.
like say like the energy as a whole of the set was really good, but there's like
Mhm.
you fucked up one like chorus or you jumped a bridge or something?
No,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Well, that's
fine.
what
I
I
mean,
mean. Yeah,
We're
I'm
getting
saying,
better
like,
about that. Yeah.
Right. I've learned to be okay with those mistakes.
I've also
Uh-huh.
learned that like nobody can tell.
Nobody can tell.
knows.
Yeah, nobody fucking knows, man.
Nobody
Even on
knows.
the
Like,
covers,
we're
so-
not the Foo Fighters.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
like people don't know our
Yeah.
songs like that.
Right.
Yeah. No
You
telling
know?
how many things us as bands like think about that nobody
Yeah.
would ever
Nobody cares. I mean,
fucking
so many
notice.
times I'm
or
like, dude, I
notice.
come off stage, I played like dog shit, and someone's like, I thought you sounded great, and
I
they're
know.
like a musician.
Yeah.
And I'm
yeah.
like, well, you're
Yeah.
either lying to me or I'm being way too hard on myself.
Right.
You
Probably
know?
the latter, you know.
Probably
Yeah,
the
probably
latter.
that
Yeah,
one.
that was a big learning curve for me. Was like when I come off stage, even if it felt like shit, just like say it was like
Just
people
take
come
it,
up to you and be
yeah.
like, "That was the best thing I ever seen," and you
Yeah,
thought it was
right.
just the most dog shit show ever.
Right.
It's like,
Yeah.
well, I ruined it for him. Be like, "Yeah, dude, that fucking sucked," you know.
I
Like just
know.
let it happen, which is cool.
Yeah, it
But
is
interesting.
cool.
I think
Yeah.
the worst thing you can do in
Roll
that
with it.
situation is be like self-deprecating.
Yeah,
Just
right.
accept it.
Yeah.
Just take it. Take the
Right.
compliment.
Take it for what
you know.
it is.
Easier said than done sometimes, you know, because
Definitely.
those
Right.
those shitty shows can drag upon you sometimes. You know, they
Mhm.
feel rather long. You know, so
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think Reagan and I have been known to offer a refund mid-set a couple times.
Or
really,
be like, we have 2 songs left. If you don't like
I'm
it,
so
I don't
sorry.
care.
yeah.
We
We're
got a
gonna
couple
play 'em
more. I'm
anyway.
real sorry about that.
Love that. Well, you guys kind of have like the like from what I've listened to. I haven't been listening to you guys for very long. I'm not gonna lie. So I've just been doing my research recently.
Cool.
But there's like kind of like the humor thing to a lot of the lyrics sometimes, right? Like the like
Definitely.
like
yeah.
not deprecating, but like joking almost.
We
in a
like to
way.
be like a little bit, goofy and
Tongue in
self-aware
cheek or
about
something.
Yeah,
or-
tongue in
Yeah,
cheek. That's a good way to say it.
Yeah, it's like the things that we think are funny.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
things that amuse us. That's what we want to sing about.
Mhm.
I love that.
Much.
Love that. There was one line I wrote it down actually. I'm leaving this fucking function or this fucking
Yeah.
function. Excuse me.
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
thought that was funny. I was like, I just like that. That's cool.
Well, we've all been there, haven't we?
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure, for sure.
You know, it's a little direct, but it's fine.
I explicitly wrote it down because I was like, I just like that line. It's very
Yeah.
cool. Yeah. Tell me about that song. Tell me about the
You don't even know him.
Yeah, tell me about it. How did this one come to be? Who wrote it? Studio, all that stuff.
Taylor wrote that one. It was one of our first ones.
Yeah,
Maybe the first one.
It sounds great.
Maybe
man.
the
Thanks.
first, the
Yeah,
first one we
it was like
recorded.
one of one
Really?
of the first ones. And Reagan helped me with the verses.
Okay.
Mhm.
And it's a diss track, and
The person will
Two?
be remain nameless.
They will remain
Okay.
nameless.
Word. Good motivation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just thought it was a cool little guitar ditty.
Mhm.
Thought it was catchy even without like before lyric and melody, and so that was exciting. And then I think I had been going through something to do with a girl or something or another. And
Vixens.
yeah, just decided
As you do.
to put it into song.
Nice,
Put
man.
it in the
I think that's
song,
good
brother.
fuel, man. That's good fuel. It's kind of got the synth thing going on too, right? There's a little synth in there. Or am I mistaken?
Yeah, I think
There's a little
I think
bit,
it's
yeah.
sprinkled in there.
Alex Stanley had his hands on it, so
Okay,
there's
so-
some keyboards
yeah,
on it.
there's
It's
probably
like
all
pads or something.
Yeah.
yeah, there's probably all kinds of shit in there.
Yeah, it's kind of like to me. I don't know if you guys will like this or not, but I thought it was like Third Eye Blind, like Strokes, like Killers kind of vibe. Do you guys?
I love all
hell
that.
All right, sweet,
I
sweet,
love all that.
sweet. I want to make sure. You know,
100%.
yeah, I was definitely
Yeah.
got that vibe, like the Strokes vocally, kind of like the.
Yeah, I
See,
think
right?
Yeah.
we thought about it that
Yeah,
way for
yeah.
it seemed
I
appropriate
love all those
for that
bands,
one.
so I was
Yes.
like,
Yeah.
I could get into this, you know.
That was the era that we were trying to figure out our sound, so we were
Yeah.
definitely referencing.
Word, yeah. Take a
bands
little
a little
listen to
Familiar
that.
things, yeah.
Yeah. And when does this
Mhm.
when does this song come out? What is the timeline on all this? I'm just curious about.
That song was a single,
Very first single, very
Uh-huh.
first thing we ever put out.
2019 probably,
Yeah, something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Like summer of 2019.
Mhm.
and then
Word.
good
Yeah.
old COVID happened.
Good old right before. Okay. So interesting. And this is how many singles do you guys do? Is it 3?
We did.
Well, yeah, we released 3 singles, but only one of them was on the
Right.
record.
What was the reasoning on that?
We recorded a bunch of songs for the first record.
the first
probably
song-
like 16 or
Yeah,
17
it was 17 songs distilled down to 11.
Damn. That's a lot of music.
And by the time we got around to finishing the first record, which took us a while,
Yeah.
we decided that, the singles that we had put out were good and they were of the time, but maybe not of the batch of songs that we wanted to release for the
Gotcha.
record.
So it wasn't cohesive per se. And it was like, all right, let's
Yeah.
roll without these.
I
or
guess. I
something.
mean, I don't think
Maybe.
anything we do is ever going to be
Super
super
cohesive.
cohesive.
We're not making
It's kind of our
concept
brand.
albums.
Yeah. It's all over the place, but we like it that way.
Back to that chaos, you know what I mean? I like
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, well, I mean, we were recording that first record as we were writing it, so
Mhm.
it just felt like the songs were maybe getting a little better,
Yeah.
and the recordings were getting better, and we were getting more comfy in the studio,
Gotcha.
and it just kind of felt like
Was that a tough process for you guys being like, oh, we don't know if this is quite our sound yet? You know, or was it immediately
I
like
loved it.
you loved it?
Personally,
Yeah.
I loved going. It was the first year of the pandemic where none of us
Uh-huh.
had anything to do. You're getting paid by the government to not work.
Yeah.
So we
What a
had this
time.
fresh new band and all these songs, and our workflow was just, these are the days we're in the studio. Show up in the morning. Hang out with Alec for an hour.
Uh-huh.
Maybe not get stoned before.
Maybe.
and spend 15, 16 hours in the studio, and we would do
Wow.
that maybe twice a week.
That's
And
fantastic,
it was
man.
just like
yeah,
so
for a few months.
rewarding.
It was
Yeah.
great.
Well, I do feel like that time for all of us like kind of affected the way that we work as a band in general. I mean, because like we've
Yeah.
finished the first record, sat on it for like 8 months, and during that period, we're also working on the second record, which we're now
a lot.
I think
yeah.
doing final mixes for tonight.
Yeah,
Mhm.
tonight.
We are.
And we're already like
Exciting.
4
Yeah.
songs into the third record too. So like in
Wow.
between like playing shows and doing whatever else we're all doing, we're still writing and recording,
Yeah.
and
Mm-hmm.
it's just a
Working.
constant process. So it never really
Yeah.
stops.
That's awesome, dude. I think that work ethic is key to success. You know what I mean? keeping it going,
Right.
as opposed to making one record every 4 years. You know? So,
Yeah. We don't want to do that.
We really don't want to do that. I'm like, we're all in our late 20s or early 30s.
I would much rather look back on a catalog of recorded music that maybe a ton of people didn't listen to, rather than a bunch of shows that we played road dogging that nobody came to, that we were all miserable for.
Yeah.
You know,
and
not to say that we're not trying to play a bunch of shows, but we're not trying to like kill ourselves doing like the tour grind.
Gotcha. I think that's wise. So you guys are a studio band. Studio band first, live band second.
I would say so. I mean, I'm hesitant to say rare. So, but I personally love being in the studio more than anything.
Interesting, man. Yeah. See, I don't get many bands like that on here. Everybody usually says the latter. They're like, we're road band, and we go in the studio sometimes, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
I mean,
I love the studio, dude.
Do you think that's a product of like having such a tight relationship? Is it Alec? Is that what you said, or is it Alex?
Alex Stanley. Yeah.
I was gonna say
Goated.
Yeah, is that like a Gift Horse thing as well, right?
He was one of three members of the, Gift Horse team. Matt Martin, Steven Ledbetter, and Alex Stanley.
We actually didn't record any of the second record there though.
Okay.
Alec, he was in that band Low Talker for a while, and they got real busy.
They say they're a big band, aren't they?
They got real busy putting out their first record, and now he's actually in Oregon.
Oh wow.
Rebuilding
like
a hot springs
lodge
in the woods.
He's an interesting
very
fella.
Alec.
That's very interesting. Okay,
he's awesome.
I guess what I'm asking is like, was that relationship like with the studio, like having some homies that you go hang out with, and not like, oh, I got to hire a producer today? Was that important to being like, all right, let's go spend 2 days a week?
100%.
At the time, Alec was in Wanderwild with Taylor and I, so we were all very close. You know,
you knew each other.
Alec is one of my closest friends.
Word.
So, taking that element of like being intimidated in the studio recording with somebody you don't really know, having to pay them we paid Alec for his time for sure, but we definitely took advantage of his willingness.
It's different when it's your
his
homie.
Services.
We definitely got the homie rate.
The homie rate, I've gotten the homie rate. That's good, man.
So it definitely removes a lot of the anxieties and like the bar to entry. I feel like a lot of people feel with like recording in the studio.
Yeah.
And, we got all these sessions under our belt and started to like figure out, how it feels to be in the studio. Now we're working with our good friend Nate Nelson at Tweed.
Oh, Tweed's very nice.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Being able to go in there and kind of have carte blanche with what we do is
it's freaky nice.
We're very lucky.
When you guys are in there, are you guys like let's lay a click track down and like build over it, or is it like let's play these live, or it's like let's fucking experiment, doesn't matter?
It depends
it's
song to song.
Yeah. But we didn't do, I don't think, any of these on the second record live.
Okay.
We did a few for the first. Yeah, kind of.
That one's pretty live.
Bass and drums at least.
Yeah. Spinky played
it's usually build it up.
Rhodes,
yeah,
too.
he played some Wurlitzer.
Spinky being our friend Spencer Thomas.
Spencer Thomas.
Who tours with Future Birds.
Goated also.
Goated.
Yeah, I mean, it's just song to song.
Yeah,
I don't know. There's no real formula for us, and sometimes it takes us all day to do drums and bass, and sometimes the whole song's done in a day. It just kind of depends.
That process is always so fun. You never know.
Yeah.
You never know what you can get done in there.
You really don't.
Tell me the process of making the first album. I know we've kind of glanced over it, but like, what was I guess like you're saying that you went in there twice a week. Like I assume you didn't have all 10 songs or however many songs it is, and go in and let's record all of these.
No, it was kind of like we'd write one and just try to. Luckily, like that studio wasn't quite as busy as it is now, and we could.
Big deal now.
Like if Reagan and I sat down and worked out a song together, we could be in the studio by the end of the month for 2 days and just do that one song.
Right.
Interesting.
So it's kind of like we were just like writing and booking time just like all the time for 6 months.
Wow. That's awesome. That's really cool to have that creative outlet. I think it's important. To keep it going. Instead of just like, all right, we're in here once for the next 6 months. We got to make this count right here. We got to do 12 songs today,
exactly,
or whatever.
Right.
And songs can die too. If you wait too long to.
And I've done that before. Like I've gone into like a 36-hour recording session where it's like we're gonna do 14 to 15 songs, and I very much prefer what we did.
You guys need another one?
I would love.
I got you. Sorry about all these fucking.
Yeah.
Sorry, man.
I
saw him shaking the can. I got lost. Sorry about all these fucking mosquitoes or whatever they are. I can't figure out where they come.
I didn't even notice, dude.
I hadn't even noticed.
No worries, brother.
I've had West Nile virus.
Have you really?
Yeah,
when he was going around Mississippi?
Well, no, I was actually the first case.
Really?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
You were patient zero.
Dude,
for
that's
West Nile
crazy.
virus.
I was like patient zero, dude. I grew up on the water, and so I just I
Yeah.
was sick for like 3 weeks, and they couldn't figure out what was going on because it was like super intermittent.
They're like,
And,
we think you have West Nile? Ooh,
Well,
Athena.
sure,
I'll
yeah.
take
No,
an Athena.
They thought I had
That'd be great.
meningitis, and so they put me on the table, and I was about to get,
Manginus?
Appreciate
They
that.
thought I had meningitis. They were going to give me a spinal tap,
Oh my god.
and like right before they jammed that needle into my spine, they were like, "Oh, we got the blood work. You have
We're
West
talking
Nile
about
virus.
when
That's good news."
Lars got West Nile virus. He was like the
In
first
Mississippi?
dude. There was a big outbreak of West Nile virus in Mississippi in like 2015.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
And
Well, it would have been a little bit before that, actually. It would have been like
13?
2011,
something, yeah.
2012.
I remember sitting at my mama's house. My mama lived in Biloxi, Mississippi.
Okay,
That's where I was born.
Near New Orleans, right?
Yeah,
Kinda,
about
sorta.
80 miles
Yeah.
or so.
Yeah.
Sitting there reading the paper and being like, what the hell? There's West Nile virus going around Mississippi?
And
It turns out
meanwhile-
Lars is patient zero.
Meanwhile, Lars
No
just
way.
had it.
It's terrible, man. It
West
was
Nile.
terrible. It's the worst I've ever
had
felt
it.
in my whole life.
Really?
Yeah, I
I
was
believe
bedridden for
it,
like a
dude.
month. It was funny because,
Terrible.
I could barely move. I was just like ejecting fluids from all of my orifices, which sounds horrible. I'm sorry, but
No, you're fine.
it was terrible. But the funniest thing was, like, for whatever reason, I like flipped the channel to VH1 Classic, and there was this like VH1 Classic documentary on Pantera that happened to be playing for like a week straight. And so I'm
watched
just
it
like
so
laying
many
in bed and waking up to like songs or like stories about Dimebag Darrell.
Yeah,
Like, so
yeah.
I know
Legend.
so much about Pantera kind of against my will.
Big
It's a
fan.
literal
Yeah.
fever dream.
Yeah,
dude.
I love
We need to-
Pantera.
You heard it here. Was it West Nile virus?
West
West
Nile
Nile
virus.
No
virus.
joke. No joke, everybody.
Don't fool around with
Yeah.
Well, that's funny, man. What do you guys kind of like, or we were talking about the album, but like saying that you had that much time to go in there and do it, when it was finally done, was it like, all right, let's put this out and play some shows to support it? Was it like, all right, let's put this out, keep working on the next
Well,
thing?
we finished it in
We
like
sat
March,
on it for,
March
like-
2020, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
we
Wait,
That's pandemic,
No,
right?
it was before
March-
that.
I think
don't
I think
know,
that's
but
about right.
basically we mixed it in the middle of the pandemic, so we were
It
kind of
was
like
mixed about by March 2020 it was mixed.
Mm-hmm.
And then it took us so long to do all the like boring
shoot the album art.
Yeah. Credits, that kind of
Credits,
stuff, track
you know.
listing.
promotion, all
Yeah.
that.
Upload it to DistroKid.
All of the really easy things
so
took us
easy.
almost a year.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We were all just kind of like in the pandemic. We were just we were prioritizing hanging out a little bit
Yeah.
more.
There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing
Yeah.
wrong with that.
Well,
Good for the soul.
I think it was also the kind of thing where like you spend so much time, finishing this thing
Right.
that you put so much effort into, and then all of a sudden, like, you can't tour, you can't play shows. You're just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, it was
There's no
kind of
good way to-
anticlimactic.
yeah. There's no
Yeah.
good way to release that and let people know that you're doing it.
Right.
Gotcha,
And we'd
yeah.
spent so much time with it that I personally needed a little bit of space from it
Yeah.
for
So
a minute.
you
to
didn't
kinda-
miss it when it was gone. Was it like, oh, I wish we were going to record this week?
I definitely missed recording,
Yeah.
but it was kind of the thing where we were like, okay, it doesn't really make sense to keep recording more songs. We have this whole record.
Yeah. That's not even out yet,
And yeah, I mean, the business aspect of it is just as important,
Uh-huh.
but it's not fun.
Yeah, nowhere near as fun.
Right.
Nah, it's not
Yeah.
any fun.
You guys don't have any management, I assume?
We do. I mean, I would
Oh,
say
yeah.
that Drew Beskin helps us out on that front
The
a
man.
lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's great at it too. He's
but-
fantastic.
He's great at it.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
It's certainly a handshake deal as of right
right.
now, which is him doing it out of the goodness of his heart.
Shout out Drew,
'Cause
man.
he
The
likes
man.
Shout out
tunes.
Drew Beskin. Go
Fantastic
man.
young man. Yeah.
I've called him many a nights asking him for booking tips and whatnot. He's helped me out a lot. So
Yeah,
yeah,
That's
it's great.
awesome.
He's
Yeah,
always
the
down
best.
to help.
He
Yeah.
really is an important member
Great
of the
guy.
scene.
So
He also
what-
just helped me move some furniture. Like
Hefner's 12th man.
he,
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like our
He's the 12th
12th
man.
the 12th man.
for sure.
Well, what's the plan on the next record? Is it like a similar thing? Like I assume it's coming out in the next year or so or whatever. Like is it going to be like a new promo run or new show run with it or
We're
Well-
hoping to have it out in the summer.
in the summer? This
probably
summer.
late summer.
This summer,
July-ish.
probably late summer.
Yeah.
Just let me
Maybe-
say first
maybe
of
a
all
little.
that it's really good.
Mm.
It slaps.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Is
first of all, it's epic.
It's very good.
What is it like similar style wise? Is it new?
I would say
different, same?
it's in the same vein. It's a little bit more of a deeper dive into what we were trying to do with the first one.
okay.
Totally.
It's a little more sophisticated songwriting wise.
Yeah. When you say
Yeah.
deeper dive, you mean like how would you describe that?
Like the same idea of like doing this group of work that is far reaching and like, we're gonna write auto-tuney pop song, we're gonna write a country song, we're gonna write an R&B song, we're gonna write a sludgy guitar song.
a little bit of everything.
It's a little bit of everything. It's a mixed bag, but I think it's a little more cohesive. There's a little
Yeah.
more of a theme running
Okay.
through it. But it's still got that chaotic Heffner
that
element.
X factor.
Yeah,
I
X
think
factor.
that we all like love so many different things, and when we get in
Yeah.
the studio, it's just kind of like a light like exploration of what we all
Yeah.
like and like what we want to bring to the table.
Right.
But
Interesting.
this one, I think we're all like now quite a bit more cohesive as a group and like know how to communicate. And, like,
Yeah, we're
really
getting more
it's just,
confident too, and
Yeah.
we're
Exactly.
also like, not very many people cared about the first one, so it's like we could just do whatever we want.
Yeah,
Right.
you guys have a great fan
Yeah.
base now. I hear people talking about you guys a lot, man. You guys
Hell
are
yeah.
well respected
Oh, wow.
through the industry. Yeah, I heard
Thank
somebody.
you, dude.
All good things, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, somebody I can't remember. Maybe it was Wim Tapley or something. He was talking about playing somewhere. He's like, yeah, Hefner's on the bill, so it's gonna be awesome. I was like, word.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah,
I was
Love
like,
that.
yeah, dude,
That
awesome.
was cool, man.
Yeah, so cool. But like, on the record, looking to come out in the summer and then like tour it or
Yeah.
Yeah, a little
like,
bit, a little bit. Definitely like
Tri-state?
several. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Several weekend runs out of town. We're gonna get
Mhm.
down to Florida. We're gonna get over to Mississippi. We're gonna get
Word.
up to Nashville. Get over to Charleston.
Yeah.
hell yeah, man.
We're
the
planning
rounds.
a bit of a album release bash.
Yeah,
Ooh.
we are.
What
It's
we
gonna
thinking?
be in
It's
Athens.
in the works right now.
40 watt rooftop downstairs.
It's
somewhere?
soon to
It
be
might
named.
it might be TBD as of now.
Well, we have a location and we've started booking bands, and it's going to be a bit of an all evening thing, and there's
Yeah.
going to be a
Interesting.
lot of cool shit happening that night. So
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't want to do like a regular old album release. We
Yeah.
want it to be a little bit more of a
Event.
an
yeah, a
event.
little bit more of an event, exactly,
Interesting. I
and
think
and
that's cool.
hopefully something we can do annually.
Yeah.
Just taking a page out of the trucker's book.
Yeah,
Right.
Hefner Fest.
Yeah,
Something
well,
like that.
uh,
Something
should we say it?
yeah, it's going to be called Trash Fest
Yeah.
because
Love
our next record's called Perfect Heaven,
Oh yeah.
and there's a big trash theme that runs throughout it.
Interesting.
Big trash theme. Finding beauty in the
Oh,
ugly.
Okay, awesome, dude. That's great.
Yeah.
Trash Fest. I
So
love
we're gonna
that.
have Trash
I'm down.
Fest.
Yeah, interesting.
Mhm.
That's cool, dude. I'm excited about this.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a big fan of the whole like album / EP / single release thing because it gives me a reason to go listen. Like when I'm
Right.
going to the
Yeah.
show, you know, it's
Uh-huh.
like
Yeah.
I'm
You
gonna
gotta do
be
your
there
homework.
tonight. They're gonna play it. I'm gonna have to listen to it. Like
Right.
I should listen to it now and see if I like it. you
Love
know?
a release
yeah.
show.
Yeah, big fan. And you guys just did the theater with Future Birds, as I've heard, correct?
Oh yeah.
We
How was
did.
that?
Man, so fun.
It was
Yeah.
Oh
awesome.
my god.
Shout out to Tojo for that hookup.
Thomas
Yeah.
Johnson.
Thank you, Thomas
goats.
Johnson from Future Birds.
He hit y'all up or something?
Yeah, well, he's Lars and I have been playing a lot on Spencer Thomas's record that lives with Lars and Reagan.
Gotcha.
He moved here from Mississippi as well,
Mhm.
and he plays keyboards in Future Birds now.
Awesome, man.
And,
Sometimes bass, sometimes drums.
yeah,
depends on
so
the night.
Thomas
okay.
Tojo has been engineering a lot of that, so I met Tojo through that, and then
Uh-huh.
he just kind of checked out our band,
Yeah.
and loved some of the recordings and just threw us a bone for that
That's
show.
awesome.
Just super
Basically.
supportive guy.
Yeah, because they don't
The best.
they don't need help selling any local tickets.
No,
do
they do
No,
not.
no.
No, they
Pretty sure
definitely
that
do
show
not.
was sold out well before we
Yeah,
even
sold
announced.
out weeks before.
Wow.
It was a separate announcement completely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's
By the
awesome,
time we
dude.
put it up, I mean, it was already sold out.
I
Yeah,
saw some
right.
of the videos and clips and stuff, and I was like, "That's fucking sick." Yeah.
I mean, they don't
It
even
was
need, they
awesome,
don't even
dude.
need to have support at all. So
Yeah.
it's nice
That's
that they
insane,
asked us to
man.
do that. And then
Yeah.
Tojo's actually going to come do a song with us. We got another show with them in Atlanta.
yeah, we're
in a couple weeks. It's Virginia Highlands Fest, so it's like a big outdoor
heard that.
thing.
I've heard of that,
in
yeah.
June
Atlanta.
11.
June 11th.
Yeah,
okay.
Tojo's going to come up and do a song from our first record called "Hello" that our friend
Yeah, I've
Sam
listened to this
Smith.
one. I'm a fan of this one. It's kind of
She sang.
Sam Smith from Cadillac.
Yes,
Yep,
yeah,
Sam-
yeah.
Sam Smith
and
is
she
the
was
woman.
in Monsoon at the
Formerly
time.
of
Really?
Monsoon,
Yeah.
I didn't know she's in Monsoon. They were on the show this week. Monsoon, fantastic.
Oh, they're
Yeah.
great.
I'm a new fan of them. They're great. So
They're the
nice.
big homies. Yeah.
Yeah.
They really
Shouts
are.
out to Sienna.
Yeah,
Also Joey.
Sienna and Joey, they're wonderful, man.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Sam is too, though.
Yeah.
Where was I going with that? I guess what I was asking about the theater was like, was it kind of nerve wracking to be like, all right, there's 900 tickets sold here.
Mhm.
I'd say for the most part, or well, who knows how many of them were there to see you guys or whatever. It was like, all right, everybody's here to see the Birds, like,
Right.
or you guys just do your thing, you know?
I honestly didn't feel nervous until about 15 minutes before
Yeah,
we
and it
went
sank
on.
in.
Yeah.
Same
We had
here, yeah.
we had plenty of rehearsal. We had a warm-up show at the Creature Comforts anniversary party.
On the
Which
big
was
stage
good.
thing.
Yeah,
Outside?
yeah, the
Oh, dude.
Athens stage.
I didn't know
which
y'all
was
did
awesome.
that.
Yeah, yeah.
Awesome.
It was great.
was
We
fun.
we had some funnies in that one, which
Some
was
funnies? So,
which
like-
was good.
It's jazzy moments.
My
Okay.
the input jack
Willie
of my
Nelson
guitar
would say.
fell out.
Yeah.
Oh no!
My guitar broke on stage. I had to use
It's all
Lars's.
good.
It was good.
Knocking
but
the
it-
kinks out.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
It was good to kind of like do a test run of the set.
Get warmed up.
Better
warmed
there
up.
than the George Theater in front of
Exactly.
900 people, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, and we
Yeah.
love the challenge of playing in front of a bigger crowd that's not
Right.
our crowd, and
Yeah,
Exactly.
I
Winning
winning
like-
them.
I
Yeah.
loved that game, trying
Yeah.
to win them over, and
Yeah.
that's really fun.
I would
How did
say-
it go? Did you guys feel like you played great? Felt solid? Felt
I
like
would
you
say
won
it
them?
was a smash hit.
Yeah, I
Success.
think by like the
Yeah, we crushed it.
probably like the second song or like early in the third song, it just like really came together and it
Yeah.
felt like us.
People were loving it.
And by
I
then,
love
I
that.
mean, it was like packed out. You know,
Nice.
it was
Yeah.
great. I mean,
Was
I
it
just
like-
can't say
Felt
too much
awesome.
about it. It was
just
insane.
curious as somebody who's like, I mean, everybody obviously wants to get on shows like that. Like afterwards, was there like a mass of people like looking you guys up? Like, you know what I mean? Like, did you guys get
Nah.
a bunch of followers after or anything
There
like
was
that?
a Lars army.
There was a Lars army that
I
that
did have
really
a small
liked,
pocket of people in front of me.
really
just-
Yeah.
liked his guitar, and
Yeah.
After
They were
every
into him?
song, they were like,
and
It's
they
kind of
liked,
bizarre. I would not have expected.
they
it.
liked
was
his
awesome.
vibe, and who
Yeah.
wouldn't? You
Our
know,
good
Yeah,
friend-
it kind
Yeah.
of freaked me out a little bit. It threw me off a little bit. You know?
He was playing this epic Explorer guitar that
Yeah.
Dylan Keel,
Shouts
Classic
out
City
Dylan Keel.
Guitars.
Classic
yeah.
City Vintage Guitars.
Goated.
Call him for your setups.
He made it for you, or you set it up?
Well, no, so it's like I think it's a 1981 Hondo, which is like a Japanese
Damn.
knockoff.
looks just like your Explorer in there.
Karina wood. You know what I'm talking about? Like brown. Is it
Yeah,
brown?
Exactly. Well,
Yeah.
it's like a sort of.
It was like a
deep
sparkly
red, like almost
red.
like a maroon.
Beautiful.
A
Yeah.
little bit lighter.
I'm gonna
No
have to see
pick
this
guard.
thing.
But it's got
Cool,
like
good.
super
I'll show you a
overdrives in it. It's
photo.
like
Yeah.
very sweet. He
It
hit
was
me up
sick.
probably 2 days before it and was like, "Hey man, you want to back up?" And I
You
was
need to
like,
buy that guitar.
"Oh, I think we're working on
Oh,
it.
yeah.
But he was he was basically like, "Do you want to back up?" And
Yeah.
I was like, "Sure." He sent me a picture of it. And he was like, "Well, low key, I already put a new bow nut on it and like replaced the jack and like rewired
Mhm.
the pickups and like did all this work. So like, if you want it, you can just hold on to it for a little bit."
Yeah.
I was like, "Great." And
It sounded
cool.
so
No questions
fucking
asked.
good.
I'm gonna use it again at Virginia
hear-
Highlands. He just
Hell
like,
yeah,
Really?
dude.
Sick.
Yeah.
I hear great things about the place. I've never been over there. Where is it at? Classic City Guitars.
So it's in the Chase
Right
Park
next to Gift
warehouses.
Horse.
Right next to Pink Goblin
word.
Tattoo,
Yeah.
right next to
Word,
Gift
yeah.
Horse. Yeah.
Yeah.
The tree
Yeah.
room is over
Interesting.
there. Yeah.
He's got a teal door.
Mhm.
I'm about to go by there, dude. I'm hearing nothing but
Oh,
good
you
things.
got to.
Everybody's
He's the
like,
best, man.
He's
Yeah.
so
great,
good.
dude.
Interesting.
He's got Thomas Kim working there now.
He does
That's
have
right.
Thomas Kemp.
TK's
I used to
working
play in a
there.
band with
Yeah.
Thomas Kemp. Yeah.
Mhm.
Interesting. Well, I guess that's all. I mean, honestly, dude, that's a great bill for you guys. That's fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll bring you on the road with them in the future. Would be nice, wouldn't it?
what we're
Fingers
hoping.
crossed, man.
Oh
Yeah.
my
We're hoping.
God, dude.
That's
Yeah.
kind of the goal, right? To start opening for bigger bands
Yeah,
and be
yeah.
like, hey,
Oh,
we'll go
shit.
with you. We can sell a few tickets, that kind of stuff.
Tojo will
Yeah.
do it for free.
Commission free.
Don't pay us.
Yeah, please don't. We just want to come out, you know.
Oh yeah, I mean they're also just such great players and
Great
great
hands.
songs, dude. We had so much fun watching their set.
Yeah.
And just
That's always
My
nice.
foot in my mouth.
just like the best songs, dude,
Yeah.
and great voices.
And a
they-
good hang.
They
you know?
played
Yeah.
so many shows that their show is just so good.
So polished, yeah.
There's something to be said about the bill being really good. You know, like playing
Yeah.
with some people that you really want to see as well is
Oh my
always
God.
better.
It's
You know?
Yeah.
inspiring, dude.
Yeah,
it
it's
feels
great.
so
It
good
is.
to play with
Yeah.
people that like we enjoy their music.
And you notice little details like, wow, these guys
Right.
are fucking pros. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it's
fact that-
funny. I was like talking to Spencer recently, I guess,
Uh-huh.
and Thomas about the way that they go about playing shows.
Yeah.
Where for us, it's like we want to rehearse like,
We work
We
our
have-
set list out like a month before.
and we run it, and it's like super tight.
Yeah.
You know, we get up
I
there
like
like
that.
we don't drink and everything. And it's like
Yeah.
those guys like play so much that
They get together every 3 songs. They talk about what 3 songs they want to do next.
exactly.
Yes.
It's like they do like twice a month. They rehearse and they'll get in there and like drink 6 beers and then get up on the stage.
They
And
write
it's
their
like,
rehearse
what's
on the
going
road.
on, man?
Yeah.
It's just like
Yeah, it's awesome.
it's so like
Interesting.
so tight
awesome.
because they've been doing it for
Right.
so long.
Yeah.
They're just an incredible band to watch.
Yeah,
it's very
something to,
admirable.
it's something to strive for. I think.
Yeah.
It would be cool
Yeah.
to eventually get there and like us
Yeah.
have a loose idea of what we're gonna play that night, but just we can switch
Chat it up right
yeah,
quick, you know?
Exactly.
Totally.
I love watching bands like that where you can just tell they're like a fucking unit, like on autopilot.
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, they're
not
just
giving
having
a fuck,
fun,
you know,
you know?
like
Just
not strung out about anything.
No.
Like anything could
Yeah.
happen, and they
Not
just
at all.
fucking bounce off it. You know,
Yeah.
like you say, that is something to strive for, which is very cool.
Yeah.
What are you guys moving off of this? Like, what are you guys trying to do as a band more? Is there like a per se a leader, or you guys all kind of, is it democracy, I guess, or give or take? How does how
We
do
try to
how do
treat it-
decisions get made?
We try to treat it pretty democratically. I would say
Yeah.
Taylor's the band.
Taylor's
daddy.
definitely ringleader. I think it's kind of it is a democracy, but I will say that a lot of the things that we have done and a lot of like the good things that have that
Yeah.
we've accomplished have been because of Taylor's effort.
Yeah.
Taylor
And,
puts the most work in,
yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a workhorse.
Appreciate that.
Any thoughts on that, Taylor?
I mean,
Oh no, did it die? Shit, let me fix that for you right quick. Y'all can just keep talking if you want. We're running a very loose ship here. If you know.
that's fine. You know what? My thoughts on that would be somebody's got to do it.
I'm glad it's
I
you.
think it's for the better usually to have somebody that can at least paddle you,
Right.
keep you streamlined.
Totally,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
totally.
think so.
It really does take that, I think.
I can lean back and just hold the mic.
That's what's up.
I don't want you hunching the whole time.
Hey.
There we go.
That's
There
I
fine.
know
I
that
am.
mic stand sucks, man. Sorry about that.
No, it's
this
great.
Is still, this podcast
like
is still a work in progress, you guys. I'm working on it.
I'm
worries.
loving
Oh,
it.
I'm
This is
personally-
probably the most.
This is great. I'm having a lot of fun. Honestly.
This is the most
Same.
polished podcast we've done.
Really?
So far, I will
Well, I'm
say.
stoked about that.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I like the shades too. The shades are a statement. You look
Thank
like a
you.
90s, like a British 90s British look
They're
here.
mostly to cover up the
Love
scars on my face from jumping in the pool.
Yeah, Reagan got a boo boo last night.
What
Yesterday,
happened?
Me and Taylor were at the pool kicking the soccer ball across it.
Uh-huh.
We were trying to get to 10 volleys across the pool. We couldn't
Okay.
do it. I got
Yeah.
so frustrated. I dove into the 4'6"
No.
pool head first. And
Owie.
now I have a gash on my head.
It could have been worse, man. Could have been the nose or the teeth, you know? You came out
Could have
good,
been
man.
worse. I could have been paralyzed.
Could have been way
Could
worse.
have been way
Could've been
worse.
much
Yeah.
worse. I escaped with a boo-boo and a
Yeah.
and a stern talking to from my girlfriend's mom.
Yeah, those happen.
Yeah.
Those are inevitable.
Ooh,
Right.
I don't know, that's
Inevitable.
pretty bad.
I'm wondering, like, when somebody asks you guys what kind of band you are, though, just to jump ship right here quite quick, like, what do you guys say? Do you say pop rock or, like, rock or, like,
We always say guitar band,
Guitar rock.
band? That's a good
Yeah.
answer. I like
which
that.
because I
like that.
think live will always be a guitar band. But
Yeah.
you know, even
Yeah.
if we make a song without guitars in it in the studio, we'll probably figure out a way to do it
It's
with just
pretty much
guitars
guitars.
live.
Right.
Yeah.
in terms of arrangement. I think it's always like the starting point.
Yeah.
Everything is based.
There are
around that.
3 guitars on stage.
There are
Gotcha.
3 guitars now. Reagan just started playing guitar, which
There's
is really
no
fun.
avoiding it. There's no avoiding
Well,
it.
he's
Flex on him.
been playing guitar for a while, but
Yeah.
we just
Yes,
introduced
thank
him.
you.
Okay,
Thank
yeah,
you for
sorry.
clarifying. I've been playing
And-
guitar for a while.
Are you guys like what are? Give me the influences. Do you guys have like as a band a top 3 influences, or probably individuals? The
Man.
best way to go.
Yeah,
Let's run it
everybody
down.
Individually,
from the
yeah.
band has such different interests.
Yeah.
Such different interests.
That's good.
I mean, I think like Will loves Oasis.
I love
and
Oasis. Yeah.
So do I, and
Yeah.
so like
We all
so
do.
we
yeah.
share that. It's
Yeah.
like a spider web of influences.
that.
And
Yeah.
McKendrick really loves he loves some more singer songwriter stuff like Steve Gunn and like Red House Painters and
Yeah. He's also
So-
shown me some like really interesting like West African shit.
yeah. McKendrick has a really wide range of stuff that he's
Interesting.
into.
So smart.
Which is
yeah.
great.
And
Yeah.
McKendrick also really is like a student of music and guitar especially. So like any music that involves a guitar, no matter
Yeah.
how weird or quirky, like McKendrick's on it.
Gotcha.
Right.
And then I think Lars like comes from like some hardcore music
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Top 3,
Yeah.
Lars?
Yeah.
Big question.
Oh,
God, it's
man.
so hard. I mean, definitely my first is Iggy and the Stooges. I love
Oh yeah.
Iggy Pop. I got to
Legend.
see him at South by in like 2015 when he was like 69 and
That's awesome.
still just like strutting around stage,
Yeah,
like
doing
suit
it.
jacket.
He's in great shape, isn't he?
Oh, it was crazy.
Fantastic
You
shape.
know,
Yeah.
I mean, he had
Yeah.
like 6-pack still, and he's 69. It was insane.
Dude.
Man.
You seen him on Instagram with his cockatoo?
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
Is he a good follow?
Yeah, he's a
Oh, I'm gonna have
great
to follow
follow,
him. Have to
dude.
follow
You
him.
gotta follow him. He's
Huh.
doing all these like Prada ads with his
Interesting.
cockatoo on his shoulder.
Go get that money, Iggy.
Yeah,
He's
I don't
sick,
know.
dude.
I growing up, I think at some point became obsessed with sort of like the late 70s, like early 80s, like CBGB scene. And,
Oh,
Yeah.
word. Yeah.
the Antenna Club and like all
Yeah.
that stuff, and you know,
Like the Police, the band. Yeah.
I mean I
I
love
do.
I love the Police.
For sure. I definitely. In fact, my dad loves the Police.
Yeah, I'm a
Like,
big
he's-
Police guy.
He's like
Yeah.
72. Like
Yeah.
he was able to see them multiple times, but
Mm.
I was more
Lucky.
like Iggy and the Stooges or like Dead Boys or
Yeah.
Dead Boys, New York Dolls.
Yeah.
stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Okay, I know
Like
what you mean. Then.
The
Yeah.
Cure and stuff like that. I
I'm big
like.
on the Cure right
I
now.
love
Lars
all that
loves the
shit.
Clash.
I love
Yeah,
I have a Clash
yeah.
tattoo on my knee actually.
Interesting.
Clash.
Okay. How about you right here? Top 3 at the moment and overall,
See
whatever you
here.
think. Anybody you're digging?
Oh, my lifetime favorite band, and I'll say it without shame, is Kings of Leon.
Yeah. I like some Kings, man.
Although I completely and totally renounce
Taylor's
the last
favorite
3 or
record is
4
Walls.
records. Dude, shut the
I like Pyro. I feel like
My mom's
Pyro's a good
favorite
song.
record is Walls.
I feel like they'll be written about and remembered as being the best band ever that became the worst band ever.
Yeah.
Think
I
so?
can't think of another band except for like maybe Coldplay or something that
That's
just
gone
started
downhill.
so
Completely
hot.
sold out.
Started so hot with such good songs, so fucking cool,
Yeah.
and then just got so dog shit.
The
dude.
first 3 Kings of Leon records are amazing.
So
I'm sure it was so
perfect,
cool. I mean, it was
so
like garage
perfect,
rock.
dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're like
And I
They're
still
like
get
kids.
so fired up listening to them.
Yeah.
I'm like, God, I want to just write songs like this.
Was it
I
Oklahoma?
love it.
I like California Waiting. Is that the,
Yeah,
the first one?
That's it. That was actually on their first EP.
Yeah, I'm a big
And-
fan of that one.
Yeah, so like Kings of Leon, and then I'll just out myself and say the Strokes were
Yeah,
very important.
Oh, good.
There
I
it
heard
is.
that a little bit. I wondered.
And like my girlfriend makes fun of me for that. She
Uh-huh.
works in the music industry, so I think she's just had an ass full of
She's
the
jaded.
Strokes.
just fed up.
Yeah, but also we probably wouldn't even be playing guitar right now if it weren't for
Mhm.
the Strokes, because in
Honestly.
2001 the guitar was the least
Gone.
cool thing in the world. So
They did bring it back, yeah,
For a
in big
few
way.
years.
they
for
brought
sure.
it back and just wrote the most amazing songs.
Yeah. I'm a
and
fan.
yeah, I mean, recently I've just been wearing out that Porches record.
Yeah. I'm gonna
All
have to
Day
listen to
Gentle
them.
Hold.
Yeah, it's called All Day Gentle Hold.
Well, you also have like a deep appreciation for sort of like alt country and like
Yeah.
yeah,
like
huge like James McMurtry and like Drive By Truckers. Now that like
Yeah.
McKendrick sort of like introduced me to that world, and
Right.
yeah.
What is the definition of alt country? That's something I haven't really looked at much.
Alt-
That's
alt-
a good question.
I think all
know?
country for me means it was like after not necessarily after, but like started happening during the 90s, like Brooks and Dunn thing.
Uh-huh,
So like Brooks and
uh-huh.
Dunn is happening, but you've got like the old 97s, so it's like not as much polish.
Georgia Satellites.
It's very like
which is
Yeah.
anti Nashville pop country, but the songs are still like
like
there's
same vein, but like
there's
doing
pedal
this.
steel or
Gotcha.
there's you
Right.
know what I mean, like
The vibe is kind of there.
all countries like
lyrically
old
not.
97s or like the Jayhawks or
Yeah.
Drive By Truckers or
Yeah.
it's like they're not gonna
kind of straddles the line between country and rock.
Yeah,
okay.
exactly.
Word. That's good. That's a good description, I think.
Yeah.
If you had to really break it down.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's not always poppy. Sometimes those bands will do something real grimy or real traditional country.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like,
Yeah.
and I think that's why I love it, because those bands can get away with anything in the way that I want us to get away with anything.
Yeah, like they're out of the Nashville scope of like having to give a fuck about fitting in, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And like no one's wearing a stupid fucking hat with a brim like this. You know,
No leather jackets on
there's
stage.
no leather jackets on stage.
Motorcycle boots.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Led
like,
Zeppelin t-shirt.
Yeah.
but
What about you on the end though? We got these two fellas lined up.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm curious, man. I'm curious.
I think I tend to live in the more like indie R&B world.
Okay.
I definitely, Taylor and I have bonded deeply over Porches.
Yeah.
I discovered at that Terminal West show that Porches is probably my favorite band right now.
Really?
yeah.
I'm excited to listen to it.
Honestly,
that record,
that show
It's
was
great.
maybe the best show I've ever seen.
insane.
I've got it highlighted here, man. I'm ready to listen now.
Incredible.
Yeah?
So Porches, I really love the like kind of smart, like savant-y kind of indie rock, like Dirty Projectors is one
Yeah.
of my
Yeah.
big references when I'm writing.
Mm-hmm.
I love to sit down at a guitar and think like, what would Dave Longstreth do?
Yeah, I love that.
And then I love like Blood Orange. Blood Orange has been a big influence on me.
I'm not
I
familiar with it.
strive to be able to write songs as authentic as those.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those are probably
Awesome.
my big three.
Are you guys, I know you said that you two do most of the writing, but I assume you're all songwriters in a way, right? Like everybody
Definitely,
writes on their own
yeah.
instrument. You guys are just lyrical per se,
Yeah,
right?
I would say
Yeah.
so.
Agree?
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
in the past like fronted the band at least, but it was never anything that like really came to fruition like this.
Yeah.
You know?
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
but I think everyone's like a very like musical.
Being.
Everyone is like, I mean, when we're like rehearsing or like when we're going into the studio, I would say that everybody's songwriting.
Right.
Yeah, I get what you
You
mean.
know?
Yeah.
And
It
it's
just
like
is like maybe the first 60% of an idea will
Yeah.
come from Taylor or I.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Or
And then
music.
everybody like puts their heads together, and then also like there's no ego in the studio. It's like
Yeah.
if Lars can do this thing on guitar that I wrote better than me, then
Send it.
by all means. And like if
Exactly.
if McKendrick needs to play guitar and Lars needs to play bass, like
Yeah.
happened a couple times on this last record.
Really? Interesting.
It's like
Mhm.
let's do that.
Has it ever been tough though? Like somebody brings in 60% of a song, like you two fellas per se, and it's like, oh, I don't know if we all want to do this, or like but like you're set on it. Does that make sense? Like,
I would say we hadn't ran into
I
that.
haven't- I
There's
haven't
usually a
noticed that
level
yet.
of enthusiasm from the both of us where if they're not understanding it right away, we just pound it into their heads.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
good.
I mean,
I
you
also
know when
think-
you know, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I also think that there's kind
He's
of a
laughing at
level
me.
of sport about Taylor and I to where if there's an idea that maybe one of us is not as enthusiastic about, we both are, fighting to put our stamp on it.
Gotcha.
And
So it ends up sounding like y'all no matter what,
right.
as opposed to
Definitely.
you writing a song and
Yeah, and as
releasing
soon
it.
as like I show it to
Right?
Reagan or bring it to the band, it's like I have
released
to be
it.
You've
have to be fine with it changing entirely,
relinquished
and
creative control.
and like it will, because I know now from the 28 songs we've recorded
Yeah.
that it'll get better.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
it gets
Gotcha.
better every time.
Yeah.
We've
Well, I
assembled the
think
team.
Yeah, I think a good example of that is what will be a new song coming up for us will be called Ain't No Fun.
Uh-huh.
And
Yeah.
we had the opportunity to go into Tweed and use it like a rehearsal studio in the live room
Oh, wow.
where it was kind of live tracked and we could all like listen to what was happening. And we had, 3 to 4 hours to kind of like just work it out where like we'd all kind of heard it briefly, but we
Mhm.
never done it as like a band. And so we almost like wrote it
Yeah.
in a session where Taylor and Reagan
Right.
like knew what they wanted, but the other three of us are like figuring it out as we go. So
Finding
Yeah,
the
okay.
part
now
as
it's,
And it's
you know,
definitely sometimes it's like real specific. Like Lars, I got this idea,
Yeah.
and I'll play it, and he'll learn it, and then the back half of the song, there's like a solo, and I'm like, "You do your thing."
Your
Just
turn.
go.
You know, like
Yeah.
just
Run along.
Whatever you want to do right
Right.
there is fine by me.
So it
And
sounds
that-
like you
yeah.
guys have your kind of process. Like, I mean, at least like you guys are enough of like a democracy per se and trust each other enough to where you can just bring ideas in and it's
Mhm.
fine. right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Which is priceless, by the way, fellas. I hope you guys know that. It's great.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
I definitely find myself being like, damn, I'm lucky to be playing with these very talented dudes. And that's like what I was saying is, you know, we've assembled the team.
Mm-hmm.
We've got the dudes that can do the thing, and it's just trusting them to do the thing.
Yeah, like just get out of your own way kind of stuff, right?
Right.
I don't think either of us are very precious about like song ideas either. It's not like
there will be another one tomorrow.
Yeah, there will just be another one tomorrow. It's like I'm not. You know,
I love that.
I'm not like protecting this song. Like, I'm not like, oh shit, like what you just did like ruined this song for me. It's like not about. It's not like that at all. It's like more just like, how's everyone feel about this? Are we having fun right now in the studio? Yes. Okay. I'm cool.
Are you going to be happy to play this every other night or whatever?
Exactly.
Yeah,
your
definitely.
part. You know?
Yeah, definitely.
And like, the best way to make sure everybody's happy with playing that song every night is to let them put their stamp on it.
Yeah, definitely. You try to choke down on it too hard, and it's just like makes it no fun for everybody, right?
Definitely.
And you say that there'll be another one tomorrow. I always like to say my best song is my next song.
Yeah, dude, I love that
Song, yeah.
I mean, 1,000%. That's what I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that, man. Well, dude, it's so nice to have somebody in here that's like purely not purely, but like I'd say I don't know what percent or whatever, but you guys are mainly studio / creative focused. I don't have many bands like that. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Usually it's mainly live focused, and we go in the studio sometimes.
We would love for that script to flip eventually, but we're really uniquely set up with Nate Nelson right now to record really like
at
he's
a
just
highly
the most
professional level.
Yeah, he's just the most amazing engineer. And he helps Reagan and I produce a little bit. And
so you guys usually produce, you and Reagan, is that what you said?
Mostly, yeah. McKendrick has a big hand on it.
Yeah, McKendrick has a big hand in it and has the best ideas.
The first record, Alec was like the main producer on the record.
How'd you guys like having a producer per se? Like, was he throwing a lot of ideas in, arrangement stuff, or was it like?
It was,
he was throwing a lot of ideas.
He's an ideas guy.
So he's got a producer.
He's got a lot of ideas. That's
it was
for sure.
great, especially in that like incubation phase of like us not really knowing exactly what our sound was. Alec is very vocal and very opinionated, not in a bad way, in a great way.
Yeah, I think we're just more confident now. Like there's a song that's going to be the first song on our second record. That's called 2005 My Mom Can Drive. Where there's this big bridge section. And I thought it was going to be like this really cool like guitar mini thing that me and Lars were going to do. And then I was like, McKendrick, can you help us write this? And he's like, yeah, I'm kind of struggling with this. It feels weird to like have a big guitar moment here. And then Reagan and I were like redoing the vocal at Nate's house. Yeah. And Reagan just started.
I was like, just throw me in there with some auto-tune.
There's a bunch of auto-tune on the song. And Reagan just went for this like huge vocal arrangement thing in the bridge of this song. So like all that's happening is like my guitar and drums and this vocal thing. And it's the coolest. It's like my favorite thing.
Dude, I'm excited to hear
bridge.
But it's something we would have never done on the first record. Like we would have like definitely like worked out a guitar thing.
Gotcha.
But I think it's like the confidence to just like do wacky shit now and try it, and then also the confidence to say like that
this
sucked.
Sucks.
Like that
Very
idea
important.
was shit.
Well, that's one too where me and McKendrick like swapped. We're like all
Lars played
bass on that song, and the
McKendrick
bass
played
is
a little
ripping.
That's so interesting.
Fun,
Very rare as well. You don't hear too much of that.
It makes it gets the like juices flowing.
Yeah,
it does.
It's like getting a new toy, or
Totally.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, very weird. I think it's fascinating that like we go in the studio and everything, like we could all go in and listen to one of y'all's songs and like be like, nah, that shouldn't be there. Like to us, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, how the fuck do we know? Or like how do we each have our own taste? I just think that's interesting,
Yeah.
Somebody's like, when I hear that bridge right there, like that shouldn't be there. Isn't that like just kind of interesting?
It definitely
is.
How do we have those tastes, man? It's so fascinating.
I mean, it's just what you grew up listening
I
to,
guess
and
so.
what you like, and
What's soaked in,
Yeah, what's
I do
soaked
think
in.
we're fortunate too to have 5 people that are very opinionated in this band.
And everybody speaks up.
Nobody doesn't know if they want something or not.
Gotcha.
You know
that's
what I mean?
great. Yeah. Direction.
Right.
Yeah,
Direction's very important.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, dude, that's exciting. It's very nice I know I've said it a couple times, but I'm excited to have like a real studio band in here. Like I'm telling you, like I've done 85 episodes, and very few have been like, yeah, we love being in the studio. You know, usually it's like, yeah, we get to go to the studio when we can, you know, and I feel that's kind of how I am, but I respect that, man.
Well, it's important to reiterate that we're very uniquely set up to be in the studio.
It really
Nate
worked
is
out
definitely operating on the homie rate scale. And
shout out, man.
Shout out to
Truly.
Nate Nelson.
And he also makes a lot of time for us.
Yeah.
Like out of his schedule, and so we're just
shouts out his wife.
Yeah,
shout out to Chelsea.
She hears us a lot.
Yeah, and we're just really lucky to have found Nate, and he's definitely the sixth member of the band now. And
Love
definitely.
that. Yeah,
it would feel weird making anything without him. Honestly,
Truly.
Every band needs one. Everybody needs that guy. You know, that guy
the guru.
Yeah, the guru. So we're at an hour and 10 right now, so we're about to start closing it out, you guys.
Okay.
All right, it's been a blast, though. Thank y'all for coming on.
Yeah,
man.
we've had a great time.
Thanks for
I've got a
having
few
us.
more questions, though. I'm not done here yet.
Let's do it.
You guys got nowhere to be right now, right?
No.
Not really, no.
Not really.
Tell me a few of your favorite Athens bands that you played with. Just because it's Athens Music Podcast, I like to see what's up with the homies, see who you guys are digging.
Definitely.
I love Tommy Troutwine.
Oh, yeah.
I love his band Well Kept.
Hey, me too, man. Great tunes.
Tommy's a genius.
Great guy.
Yeah,
Just such a good guy.
great producer.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
great producer.
fantastic.
Great
So great.
engineer.
Yeah, man, I'm a fan.
Well kept.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely have Tommy in to do some stuff on this third record.
Like engineering or playing with
kinda
you?
just like being in the room,
Yeah.
probably both, all of the above. Producing,
He's a great
engineering.
brain to have
Yeah,
laying
exactly.
around. You know?
Yeah.
Just would love to have him in the room for some stuff. He's so talented. They just moved to Atlanta, but Wyuka is like our favorite band ever.
That's what Monsoon
my
said. They said the
God.
same thing. They said Wyuka. I never listened
That's
to
the
him.
most incredible band.
Wyuka.
And
Wyuka.
if
It's
you
like
can
very
go to
good
a
friends.
show, it will be one of the best shows you've ever
Yeah.
seen.
Yeah.
Really?
Will
matter
Ingram
what.
is actually a genius.
Are they a 3-piece, 4-piece?
Four
It's
pieces.
it's
Will, Jack, and oh my God,
Robert.
Robert. I was gonna say Ryan. Sorry, Robert.
They're just the most amazing band, dude.
Yeah, they're
and
great.
they take the tongue-in-cheek thing to a whole new level.
A whole new level.
Oh, I love that.
The tongue is out of the cheek.
Yeah.
They have a song called "Man of the House," which is like a complete sort of like
Play on words kind of thing.
Well, yeah, exactly. You should listen to it. It's
Yeah,
I'm
you
gonna
just
check it out
gotta
after
listen
this.
to it.
Y'all are
That's
educating
great.
me right now. I'm loving
great.
it. Anybody else?
I think Lighthearted makes beautiful songs.
Shouts out Tony, I love you.
Yeah, it's
Tony.
like
I saw
not,
Tony last night at Newsy Space.
Hell yeah,
I
man.
was like, Tony, right?
Tony
He's like,
Hunlow.
Love that guy.
Love that guy.
yeah. I don't think it's anything that like any of us would normally put on, but I'm so glad that they're like in the scene with us
So
because
talented.
yeah, like we're
What a set of harmonies.
exactly.
Good
It's just
Lord.
like the most amazing
Twin
voices
harmony.
and
What is
like
that? Blood harmony they call
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Blood
that's
Good
it, yeah.
harmony. That's sick.
that's something that
I
our
love
band
that.
could never do, and
Right.
definitely. I mean, they're from Athens now. They live all over the place, but
Yeah.
Future Birds is like
Future
also our
Birds.
favorite band.
I've never seen him. I've heard everybody talks about him. Never seen him,
Amazing.
man.
Amazing.
I just got to send you some
Fantastic.
songs to listen to.
Dude,
It's
please
just
do.
Amazing.
Get-
yeah.
send me the
Hotel
pick litter.
Fiction.
And they also-
respect the grind of Hotel Fiction.
Absolutely.
Who's touring harder than them?
Jess and
Nobody.
Jay,
Nobody.
dudes, they work so
Nobody.
hard. It's
They do.
really, I admire it so much.
Monsoon. The
Yeah.
homies.
Touring hard as well.
Always.
Also,
Yeah,
an
touring
insane,
very hard,
awesome
yeah.
band. Yeah.
Yeah.
They said they told me all about how they're doing they got the backing track thing going now, which
Yeah.
is super
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Super cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they got a big setup.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
impressive.
Crazy.
Harmonies for days.
My son Rowan is in that band.
Yeah, Rowan O'Reilly.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
And Rowan plays bass with us sometimes too.
I need to
Yeah.
get him in here, man. He comes
You
up
should,
a lot.
dude.
I
You
mean,
should, yeah.
He's
I want to
great.
get Gideon Johnson too.
Pick
You
his
got to,
brain,
dude.
man.
Yeah, I'm to be
The
curious.
two of them would be like a great feature.
Both of those guys
Ooh.
are doing so much cooler shit at 19 than
Yeah,
I was
I-
at
Oh,
19.
Never
dude, I
was at
wasn't like I
19.
wasn't nearly that good of a musician.
I was just
at
digging
age.
off
I'm
at
like,
19.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
I was
like
like
19.
drinking beers and like hanging out. That was
Same here,
it.
man.
I was
You know?
drinking way too much with
Yeah,
him.
right.
Him.
You
With him.
find us at Cutters.
Find us at Cutters drinking dollar Yinglings.
on the Thursday.
Touch
Yeah,
football
on a
at 3
Thursday.
a.m.
I've been there.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. I'm excited about all those bands too. You guys ever listen to 80 Blanca? I'm kind of
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah,
They're our
good
buddies.
friends.
They're
for
good
sure.
buddies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good
hang out
talented
with
kids.
Bennett from time to time, and
Yeah.
we work on some tunes together sometimes. And
Mm-hmm.
they're
I
also
like the way he
crazy-
sings, dude.
Crazy talented.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
yeah.
They covered. I saw them at 40 Watt last month, and they covered. I think it was Rock and Roll by Led Zeppelin, but it
Hell
sounded
yeah.
like them. So
Nice.
it
Yeah,
was
I believe it.
sick. Yeah,
and
it
it's got
was-
a
it
very
was
powerful
mean.
voice.
Yeah, they're
he
that talented.
screams that guy too.
Yeah.
Dude. Yeah.
I don't know how he does it.
I don't either, man.
Me
Like
neither.
he was ripping it on that one. I
I
was like,
sang
all right.
3 karaoke songs last night, and this is
Listen
what I
to
sang.
I love it, man. All right, well, sweet. Let's kind of give me the closing notes, as in like, where do you guys want to be in this next 1 to 3 year range? Like, what is the goal? Like, where would you guys be happy to be in the next couple of years? Like
Billboard Top 100.
number one, right?
Number one.
Love it.
that.
Agreed.
Yeah, that wouldn't suck. I think we want to continue to make music together as friends, and
Yeah.
I think this third record we might spend a little bit of time looking for a home for it, and
Okay.
our real dream and goal is to be on like the traditional cycle of spend a few months making a record, put it out,
Promote it.
tour it like hell,
Yeah.
come home, take a break for a month,
Do it
make
again.
another record,
Rinse
and
and
do it again,
repeat,
and just
yeah.
rinse and repeat. And like if I didn't have to bartend and Lars didn't have to make chocolate and Reagan didn't have to cook seafood,
That'd be great,
ever
right?
again.
Ever
if we could
again?
just,
I
if we
would
could
love
just
it.
do this.
Yeah.
I think that's basically what our main goal is right now. So
Yeah.
I think that's admirable.
Just make this something that we can do and do nothing else.
Feasibly,
yeah.
Huh.
And I really dream of like us getting to spend like a full 6 or 8 weeks in the studio straight to make
Oh,
a
yeah.
record.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
have your spot with your shit set
Yeah,
up.
just
and,
Right.
do
like
it.
totally get to do it and maybe even write it there. But that's like
Yeah.
something if we
Man.
ever had the time or in advance or
Yeah.
something like that.
That's where it would go.
I
Yeah.
think shopping the next record around would be a great call that a lot of people skip out on or something, you know.
Yeah.
Or looking for a home per se.
Yeah, you know
what I mean?
Right.
But I mean, we love controlling everything
Yeah.
like by ourselves. But if there was somebody that we felt that they really did care about it and they liked it and they
They
wanted to,
understood it. Yeah.
Yeah.
they actually wanted to help us and
Had connections
I
and
mean,
could take
we
you
would,
farther.
We would love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're kind of trying right now to just figure out a way to keep doing this, keep
Mhm.
recording a lot of music, and then somehow bust out of the Athens bubble
Yeah.
of, like you said, bands that put
Yeah.
out records every 4 years and just kind of hang out in between.
Yeah. Play 40 watt a lot, you know, which is
Yeah.
great and all, but like it's easy to stay in Athens Band, right?
Yeah.
It'd
Oh
be
my
really
God,
easy to just
so
stay here and
easy,
do it
yeah.
forever, you know, because it's so fun. But
And
you
it
know.
wouldn't be the worst thing ever.
Yeah, it
either.
wouldn't.
I
It
mean,
wouldn't.
no
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 disrespect.
No
shade
knocking,
on
yeah.
anyone
Yeah.
that does that because that's amazing and I
Yeah.
love that. And I'm sure that 2 years from now you'll ask me the same question and I'll
Mhm.
be like, we're all burnt out and we're ready to quit if we haven't already.
I just
and-
want to be in Athens Band again.
And I can't, I
Awesome.
can't wait to just hang the guitar up and just bartend forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, dude, I love everything y'all are saying, man. Y'all seem to have a really good democracy, like agreed. No one's outlying and like, no, I don't want to do that kind of thing. Like the vibe is here.
Yeah.
You
There's
know
a
what I
lot of
mean?
Yeah,
mutual
definitely.
respect in this band.
I can tell.
Yeah.
which is very priceless and important. So hope you
Yeah.
guys hold on to that, man.
Yeah.
Thanks
Good for
having
y'all,
us,
man. I'm excited for y'all. I'm excited to hear this next record. Excited to see where it takes y'all, man.
Thank you.
Yeah,
dude.
we'll
Thanks for
send
having
we'll
us.
send it to you. We're
Please do.
literally finishing mixing tonight, so I'll send it
Yeah.
to you when
Let
it
me
gets
get that
mastered.
private link, man. Come
I'll
on.
send you the
Oh,
Dropbox.
absolutely. You could share it around. I don't care.
Drops it.
Just
leaks
don't
it.
leak
That's
it.
fine.
Nah, I won't.
Leaks
That's
it.
fine.
All right, you guys, let's close this up. Thank you all for listening in. Let's give them a wave so I have a thumbnail, all right? Everybody smile.
All right.
Yeah. Thank you guys all for listening in. This has been episode, I think, 85 or something like
Wow.
that. Crazy number.
Congrats, man.
Thank
That's
you, man.
awesome.
Yeah, that's
Awesome.
Getting up there. I'm ready for 100, though. You know, I'm ready to be there.
Yeah.
talking about
I
the
love it.
grind. Who do
Yeah.
you want on your 100th episode?
Who do I want, man? I don't know. I had to beg Tommy to get in here, man. I'm always fucking with Tommy, man, because
Yeah.
I sent him a message
Yeah,
and he
he's
responded about 9 months later. He was like, "Yeah, man, I'll do the podcast." I love Tommy though. That's a great guy.
I
It's
love
been a while.
Tommy.
But I don't know. I'll think about it. Maybe Future Birds or somebody.
That would be
Yeah,
great.
You know,
man.
like,
That'd be
level up.
great.
Yeah.
Level
Just
up.
like the band, you know, like there's big
Yeah.
bands coming to the theater that I need to be reaching out to. I just haven't, you know.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Yeah.
But anyways, thank you guys for coming on. Thanks to Clark's Collectives for sponsoring the show. $1.50 Michelob Ultras all summer long. I'm swinging by there. I don't know about you guys.
Oh, summer long.
Most definitely.
Well, we'll see.
It's
You
like
can
when
see
Nate played
Heffner
that
there
game.
Yes.
in about a month.
I can't wait, man. They're doing a lot of new bands. They have a cool stage in there. It sounds fun. It's fun. I'm loving Clark's. Thanks to Clark's for sponsoring the show. Thank you guys for coming on. Tell them where to find your Instagrams. Tell them where your music is found. Spotify, your name on there.
Yeah,
and
our
everything.
Instagram and our TikTok is unofficial_Heffner
I love unofficial, by the way.
_fans.
I
and,
love that. What was it? How'd y'all come up with that? That's fucking hilarious.
Off the dome.
Off the-
Yeah, I don't know.
Straight off the dome.
It's
yeah.
really hard to say.
Just made sense.
Just does make sense.
Yeah, you can find us there. I'm pretty sure if you just search Heffner HEFFNER, you'll
Should
find
pop up.
all that stuff.
Yeah.
And,
We got a
um,
YouTubes now.
We do have a
Ooh,
YouTube page,
okay.
and we're about
Content.
to put
YouTube
out
is-
another video in a couple weeks, and
Yeah.
then make a bunch for this second record.
Yeah.
So
Word.
YouTube is working really hard on keeping us down, but
yeah, they do that.
we're
They do that.
Heffner Band.
Heffner Band.
So look that up and see if you can find it.
2
We
F's.
should by the time.
With 2
this
F's.
gets
I
worked
found
out
it
to, like, have a
easy.
website
You found it?
so
Yeah.
you can
Okay,
just,
good.
Website's
whatever
coming?
the-
Yeah,
whatever the
website's coming.
domain is.
We have our good
Website's
friend
coming.
a good
Amanda
friend
Ellman.
Amanda Ellman working on
on
that
it
now.
I didn't even ask where the name came from. I mean, I know like obviously we got some last name influence there, but
Yeah.
like what's up with adding the F and making
Well,
it the
there's
name?
this big band in the '90s called Heffner with 1 F.
Okay.
We were
British
avoiding-
band.
British band. Yeah.
Word. Yeah.
We're avoiding a lawsuit.
Word. Good. Smooth
Yeah.
move, you guys. Good,
This
good
was a
deal.
conversation. Sorry, this
You're
is a
fine, you're
conversation we had at probably Go Bar one night, like
Yeah.
3 years ago.
Yeah. Also, I love that the 2 F's can be looked at as a reference to the Foo Fighters.
Ooh, little ode too. I
We're
like
gonna make
that.
too.
that T-shirt. It's gonna
I
be
like
like
that.
HE Foo Fighters.
Fighters
Yeah,
logo.
yeah.
NER.
Talk about
Lawsuit.
lawsuit. Here we are. We're back
Dave
where we
Grohl,
started,
call us.
fellas.
They don't. They got bigger
They
fish
got
to
bigger
fry.
fish.
They way bigger fish.
Yeah.
But anyways, thank y'all for coming on, man. Thanks everybody for listening. If you want to leave us a 5-star review on Spotify and Apple, that's really clutch for us on the getting these episodes out kind of thing. Posted a bunch of clips from this on Jameson_OTR on Instagram. Go give these boys a follow. Check it out as well. Thank y'all for coming in, man.
Thank
Thanks
you,
so
dude.
much.
See ya.
Got me